We are now looking at question number 2. It's a question of counting principles. A team of 4 is to be chosen from a group of 4 boys and 4 girls. Find the number of different possible teams that could be chosen. So this first part is relatively simple. We need to know that the total number of students is 8, 4 boys and 4 girls. From these 8 students, we need to choose 4. And it's clearly a situation in which we must use combinations. So it can be done in 8 choose 4 ways. And in the formula booklet, there's a formula. And then this being a non-calculator paper, we cannot use the calculator, so we must use the formula. So the calculation is relatively simple, especially if you look at some shortcuts that can be done. So for example, 8 factorial can be written like 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 factorial, and then these 4 factorial can cancel with one of these other 4 factorials, and then this becomes a calculation which is simpler now. Again, we can cancel 4 times 2, which is 8, with 8, and then we are left with 7 times 6 times 5 over 3. 6 and 3 both can be divided by 3, and then the calculation that we need to do at the end is relatively simple. It's important that we try to do calculations like this to save time, right? So the answer for letter A is 7. Let's look at letter B now. The number of different possible teams that could be chosen, given that the team must include at least 1 girl and at least 1 boy. So in this case, we have to analyze all the possibilities that are 3 boys and 1 girl, 2 boys and 2 boys, 1 boy and 3 girls. There are no other possibilities in this case. So the calculation would have to be this. And then we need to know these binomial coefficients, either by using the formula, which is like too long. Of course, can be done like this, but it's too long. I would prefer look at the Pascal's triangle, and it's a shorter way to find these numbers. So if you go to the corner of the page and do the Pascal's triangle, we very quickly we can find these numbers, which are here at the bottom. So 4, 0 is 1, 4, 1 is 4, and so on. So we just use these numbers. No need to do these calculations with multiplications and divisions, and the calculation becomes relatively simple, as 4, 3 is equal to 4, which is the same as 4, 1. And by looking at the Pascal's triangle, you can see all these results, and then the final answer is 68. But there is another way to do it, much simpler. Would be given that the total number of ways found in letter A is 70, we just take away the groups that we don't want, which are the groups with 4 boys and 4 girls, so 2 teams only. From the total of 70, we take away 2, and this is 68, and this becomes much easier than the first method. But if you don't recognize these, you have to go the other way. Okay.